So ordinarily I wouldn't respond to somebody whose video was this amateur, both in terms of content and filmmaking. But dude did mention me by name, so I figure, what the hey, let's do this.
Okay, I'm gonna get into something. This is Alice's boyfriend. You know, I'm Alice's boyfriend.
So I don't know you, fella, but at least you seem to recognize how silly it is to name yourself after somebody else, like you're subservient. I'm glad you seem to recognize that. Still a little weird that you chose it in the first place, though.
Yeah, my house is messy. You can see how messy it is.
And much as I'd love to make a snide remark, the fact is that my own apartment is only better by the narrowest of narrow margins. Just saying. I hate cleaning.
Yes, I'm Alice's boyfriend. I look like a dog, don't I? But the thing is, what's important is this. It's about atheism. You know, atheism is very dogmatic.
Bazubba what? What?
You have to obey the rules of atheism.
The rules of atheism, you say? Well, not having any God belief. Always look both ways before crossing the street. Ooh! Always put the lid down on the toilet seat. No. Anyone else got something? I got nothing here.
Let's kind of get into it. See, atheists are very dishonest. They're extremely dishonest. They try to make it seem like they don't really have much of an argument. You know. Like, you know, I mean, they set it up perfect. They kind of, you know, it reminds me of a casino, the way a casino works. How they design it so that the house always wins.
Now wait a minute here. First of all, I kind of resent being called dishonest. But second of all, it seems like the reason you're calling us dishonest is because we win and you lose. And you're trying to describe that as us rigging the game like a house casino, saying, well, the odds are for us and not for you. But what if the reason we always win is because we actually have a reasonable, valid point backed up by evidence? What if that's the case? Or what if the case just happens to be that your argument is bunk? I mean, are you actually prepared or willing to make that distinction between us rigging the game in our favor and us actually having a point? Because it doesn't look like it from here.
Atheism works that way. The house is the winner. Because by saying, oh, well, atheism is just a lack of belief. It's lack of belief in God. Well, the truth of the matter is, it's more to it than that. There's a little bit more to it than just, you know, we lack a belief.
I'm pretty sure I get to define my own position, pal. And my position is that I don't believe in any gods. That's all atheism is. Now, sure, there are natural consequences of that. And sure, there are different ways to come to that position. But that does not mean that there is more to atheism the way you're trying to put it. Atheism does not come with dogma. Atheism does not come with tenets or rituals or anything else. It's just not having God belief.
We do more than just lack of belief. You know, we the atheists, we're the kind of people who want to criticize, but we want it to be a one-way criticism.
Oh, no, my friend. That's not the case at all. Ask just about any atheist and they'll tell you, if you have a criticism against one of our arguments, we'd love to hear it. But be prepared to not have our minds changed unless you give us a damn good reason. Unless you can actually back up your criticism with logic, reason, and evidence, you will find that most atheists will be steadfast in the face of your criticism. It's not that we've rigged the game in our favor, it's that you don't actually have a card to play.
We can tell religious people that religion is stupid and silly and crazy and nuts and dumb. And what's the point of that? What is the point of telling religious people that their beliefs are stupid? I mean, why do you tell people... let's say if I have a friend and my friend believes some really stupid shit. You know, she believes some shit that's so stupid. It's like, but what is the point of my criticism? Because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better as a person. I feel like I'm smarter than she is.
Are there a few atheists out there who are really into being snotty and snide and superior? Of course there are. I could name a few names if I really had to, if I was feeling vindictive or belligerent. Of course I could. But the fact is that most atheists care about the truth. Most atheists really want to know what reality is. And that's why we do what we do. It's not to make us feel better. It's not to make you feel smaller. If we tell somebody that their religion is nuts, if we tell someone that their religion is stupid, chances are it's for two reasons. One, because it's simply not the truth. But two, because chances are very good that their stupidity is hurting somebody, even if it's only themselves. And it usually isn't only themselves. Usually religion is pretty destructive to other people. I could name a lot of different groups that religion has said are evil or disgusting or wrong somehow, and the bigotry that follows. I could name people who have harmed their children or allowed other people to be harmed with their faith healing and their other absurd supernatural claims. So we don't just tell people who are religious that they're nuts or that their religion is stupid just to make ourselves feel superior. Yes, there are some ivory tower atheists out there, but for the most part, we're fighting against injustice and we're fighting against harm.
The problem with atheism is this. Atheists are just ordinary people. Look, at the end of the day, we're all the same. We're all just another grain of sand on the beach. We're just another grain of sand on the beach. There's nothing special. There really is nothing special. But you have this system that you create that says you're better than everybody else. Question, why are you better? Answer, because you say so. Period. End of story. That's what it comes down to. You just declare it on your own, by yourself. Just for the hell of it, you're better than everybody else. You're smarter. And it gives you a chance.
Persecution complex much? Seriously, I've explained to you why most of us are atheists. Because we see no reason to believe in a God after we've examined the evidence. And I've already told you why most of us speak out against religion, because we see in it genuine harm. Now how do you go from that to our motivation being neener, you're so dumb? Explain that one to me.
Most people have some kind of religious beliefs. Most people's beliefs are, if we want to put it that way, they're irrational from somebody's perspective. Even the atheist, even a particular atheist, let's say if you're like Lacey Green, you have a lot of irrational beliefs. If you're somebody like BionicDance, you have a lot of irrational beliefs.
My hatred of William Shatner is completely rational. You take that back.
But you don't focus on those beliefs.
What's your point? Are we not allowed to criticize other people without also giving ourselves a good verbal ass-kicking along with it?
And you kind of make claims that really aren't true, that are not honest and true. You make claims that, I only believe stuff if it's based on evidence and only if there's been scientifically shown to be the case and only when it's been reasoned out.
Hey, if you're trying to say that we're hypocritical, maybe we are. Maybe we are only applying that standard to religion, although that's not the case. But let's suppose for a moment that you are right and that we are applying a double standard to our beliefs and your beliefs. Does that make us wrong about your beliefs? Maybe it makes us assholes, but it doesn't make us incorrect. And when you apply those standards to religious beliefs, they don't hold up.
But there are lots of beliefs that all of us have. Like, for example, our belief that there's such a thing as the past and such a thing as the future isn't really rational. It's not reasoned out.
Bullshit! You know there's such a thing as time. Hell, you only have to look down at the bottom of this video to notice the seconds ticking by at regular intervals, going up in increments of 1 at a regular pace, to realize, hey, something's going on, and it's temporal in nature. Go tell a scientist there's no such thing as time. And if they don't give themselves traumatic brain injury from the epic facepalm they'd be doing when you ask the question, they'll give you an actual answer, one you can check for yourself. Future and the past not rational? Do some homework, pal.
We have no defense for those beliefs, yet it would be almost impossible to function without them. The reason why those beliefs are valid is because they work. It comes down to the John Dewey thing. These beliefs are valid because they work.
Belief in God works, huh? Alright, have him turn this into wine. Let's see your God do a little bit of heavy lifting.
Well, the same thing is true with people's belief in God or Allah or Vishnu or whatever. Those beliefs work within a culture. They work in the culture. And that's what makes them valid.
It doesn't make them true. And that's the part that we care about. Is that God real? No, it fucking isn't. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please, think. Oh, and also, if you happen to see Jesus on the road hitchhiking, do not pick him up. He will turn every scrap of water in your body into wine. Next thing you know, you're getting a DUI that isn't even slightly your fault. Jesus is a prick. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. Now rate this video, citizen, or we put you on the probulator.